I'm Jess at Insights by Jess. I dig deep into what makes Etsy stores successful and where they can improve so that you get the full 411 on what's really selling and why. Let's jump in. Okay, this store is a total vibe. I am so excited to do this review because I really love this store. I love their style, I love their colors, I love their logo, I love their patterns, everything. They are totally killing it. And they are also totally killing it on sales because this store is pulling in almost $250,000 a year. So, before we get down to it though, I would love to show you their Etsy store stats. So they have approximately 653,000 sales. And that is a great big number. That's a massive number. I'm going to scroll very quickly here and show you that they have actually been selling on Etsy since 2014. So this is an established store. This is not a new store. And their first feedback was from April of 2014. So they've had quite a few years to kind of gain their experience and build up these listings. And their average product price for these instant downloads is about $3. And that brings their sales to roughly $230,000 a year. So that's of course a conservative estimate, and I feel like I should give you my typical disclaimer now that I am not affiliated with this store. I'm not affiliated with Etsy, and I am doing this review completely independent. It is solely my own opinion, so take with it what you will. That being said, let's take a look at their store. So their branding is really cool. They've got this really cool shop header here. I love the vibe with the gold and the green. It's very theater style. It's very I don't even know. I don't even know what to call this. Tell me what theme you would think this is. What style is this? I feel like it's a theater theme, or maybe like even a fairy, dragon lover, witchy type vibe. But I want to hear, is there actually a name for this theme? So tell me in the comments what you think this theme is called, if this vibe has a certain name. Anyways, she is selling instant downloads, like I said before, and they are mostly just background papers. So for example, I'm going to open this listing here. She is selling, in my day and age, I'm going to age myself here, these were called wallpapers. I don't think they call them that anymore, but I love how she's kind of showing that it's transparent. There is no background. You can put black background or whatever color background you want. You're getting literally the wallpaper of the ornaments itself here. So I like how she's kind of showcased that, and she's got a close-up look. So definitely some skills, definitely some talent putting these designs together, and that is kind of the same concept with all of her little listings here. They're all digital papers or wallpapers, as us old people like to call them. I don't know, I'm not that old, but I'm a little old. I do have 5 kids. I've been around for a little while. So anyways, she has 4,000 listings, and all of these listings are on sale. And as we can see when we scroll through here, they do have that beautiful green sale tag there, which is great. That means she's getting more visibility when she pops up in search results. It's going to give her store something a little bit extra to set her apart from all the other stores in the search results who may not be taking advantage of those sales and discounts. So let's take a look at one of her best-selling products. Now, this is a bundle, so this is actually a little higher in price. This one is $11, and of course, she's got this on sale. And I love that she's utilizing the time factor, so this particular sale ends in 19 hours. And if you would like to see me do a video that specifically breaks down how to maximize sales and discounts to get as much attention and really take advantage of that pressure, that add to cart pressure, and really get buyers to be like, oh, I need this now. Tell me in the comments. Like, I'm making these videos for you guys. I'm trying to help you guys see things that you maybe wouldn't have thought of before. So let me know if you'd like to see something like that or something else, whatever. Let me know. So this particular listing is pretty well put together. And she does have a little bit of a video here. And as we let that play, you can kind of see she's showcasing the different things that come with this product, and she's showcasing what you can do with it. So you can put these images on things. You can use them to make pillows, postcards, journal papers, etc., which is a pretty clever way for her to kind of spark your creativity and be like, oh, I didn't realize I could put that on earrings. How clever. Okay, that's cute. That's a great idea. She's also got an image here. It's basically the same as her main image, but without the fancy little center piece that explains what it is. Just showing you what they all are. And if we click on it, you can pretty much zoom in here and get a pretty good idea of what all these different papers are. Lastly, she has an image that kind of says, hey, this is a big file, which makes sense because you're getting a lot in this particular purchase, and that she's doing the digital download as a link. So that is a really common technique. If you're trying to sell a digital download that is really, really big, you can actually do this for free using Google Drive or OneBox. Is it OneBox? I don't know. I'm a Google fan, so I use Google Drive. But any free cloud service, you can make a document and put the link to the file, to the Dropbox link or to the Google Drive link in that document, save it as a PDF, so that all the buyer needs to do is download the PDF and then click the link and they access their purchase that way. That is one way to do it. She is using a service called WeTransfer. So there's multiple services you can actually use to do that, but that's a very common technique for large digital downloads. Now, she has a pretty good title here. She's using pretty good variety of words. She has clip art, she has digital, paper, scrapbooking, vintage. Vintage is a strong one because if you look at the image, they are all that vintage style. So rustic. I was a little surprised to see she's not using the word antique. So antique is a huge keyword for this particular style of art or of clip art, and she could definitely take some of the digitals out of here and add in an antique somewhere. She has digital 1, 2, 3, 4 times in her title. So there is a little bit of room to play around. And if you want to kind of see when you are doing your competitor research, see what everybody who sells similar products to you is doing in their titles. That will kind of help you brainstorm some of those words so you don't miss big words like antique. And in fact, you can keep track of them on a spreadsheet, or if you want to download, I actually have a seller success workbook that has a whole competitor research sheet here. And it will let you put all your competitors' titles in here. You just copy and paste, and then you can see what common words are there. And you can play around with your own title here so as well. But back to the listing as I flip through all my tabs here. Sorry if I'm making you a little dizzy. The title, other than that, looks really good. Let's look at her description. So her description starts off straight off with ephemera. I'm sorry, I don't know that word. Ephemera graphics bundle. I'm way too old for these cool words. Due to high demand, she says, you can now get this clip art and high digital papers in my shop in one bundle. So obviously a lot of people must have asked for that. So she's kind of saying, hey, this is popular. This is popular. I think that's great. She is missing some SEO opportunity here though, with this first line, and this is just really wordy. So she does have words like antique. Good job. She's got it in her first 100 words. Ephemera, clip art, digital papers. She does not have some of these high words here, like vintage is not in here. Does she have clip art? She does have clip art. So vintage is a big one. Scrapbooking is a big one. So she could probably throw in a few more keywords here, and then she jumps into its 400 graphics, and it comes in PNG format with transparent backgrounds and all of that important stuff that you do need to know. So the rest of the title or the description is pretty straightforward of helpful information. And then if you wanted to get a good look at what is in this bundle, you can see all of these individually. So I think this is also something cool to point out, because if we look back at her main page here, we can see she has 400 or 4,000 listings. And we know that this particular bundle here includes 24 of those listings. So this one listing here is the same as 24 of these individual listings here. So that is one way that digital sellers are able to rapidly increase their amount of listings, is by selling bundles and grouping several designs together in one discounted package. It's also a great way to get that average sale price up higher so you can make more money, because believe it or not, the fees are the bulk of your expenses with digital products. Because if you're selling a $2 digital download, you're going to be paying 30 cents, 35 cents, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but around 35 cents, I'd say, in fees. And if you're paying $11, or if you're charging $11, you're only going to be paying maybe 50 cents in fees. Actually, let's break this down. I'm curious now. Go to my pricing and profits calculator here. Okay, so if you've got, turn off the discount, if you've got a $2 product here, and it is not a product of offsite ads, you're going to actually be paying 64 cents in fees. I was way off. Okay. So you're actually going to bring home $1.36 of that profit. But if you sold it for $11, you're going to be paying $1.50 in fees, and you're going to be bringing home $9.51. So that's a significant difference. So it's actually an 86% profit margin, give or take, at an $11 product. But $2 product is only a 68% profit margin. So it really does help you to get those bundles in here and build them into bigger packages at a higher cost. So now that I've kind of gone through that whole little pricing segue there, and you can figure all that out with a calculator or a Google spreadsheet. I have it in my workbook, but if you take a couple hours and really lay out your competitor research, you can do that on your own as well. So her tags here, her keywords, she's got a lot of different keywords, and she is focusing again on that word digital, but I've noticed she's using her shop name multiple times. So digital curio without a space, digital curio shop, and then ephemera, there's that word again. She does have some variety in here, but it makes me wonder why she is doing her shop name, and if she has established herself as a specific brand. So likely what that tells me is she probably has a big social media following, and if she is selling things maybe on Instagram or something, and people come to Etsy and type in her name, Digital Curio, she wants them to be able to find her easily. If we scroll down, we can see her other tags at the bottom here. Okay, so she has digital ephemera, scrapbooking, scrapbook paper, graphics bundle, clip art bundle, graphics bundle. So she's really pulling through these keywords. Vintage. She does have the word antique in her keywords. So she is doing a great job of pulling through those keywords, but it does make me wonder how she missed that word in her title. So jumping back to her title, that is missing there. So she is definitely pulling in a lot of sales. She's making a lot of money. She's doing a great job, but anybody can do this if they have the time and the energy to learn how to make these types of designs. And likely, this is a really interesting art style, or this is a really interesting particular niche to get into with the digital designs, because it does require a little bit more of a design skill. For example, she has these glitter drips, and what it looks like she did, let me zoom in. Oh, it doesn't really let me zoom in. There we go. What it looks like is just little clip arts, transparent clip arts of glitter dripping down in different colors. And so you can take that and you can put it on your design. So for example, if we play her video here, she shows you what you can do with this particular art. So you can put it on cards, you can put it on candle labels, you can put it on a phone case. You could definitely use this little candle glitter drip on whatever you like to use it on for your design. So it's really quite universal. but it does require you to have some design skills. My guess is she's making these probably in Photoshop or I don't know what's an alternative to Photoshop. I'm so out of the game here. I use Photoshop, so I would make this in Photoshop. You could also attempt to make something like this in Canva. It would be a lot more time consuming, and you can download transparent images in Canva, but it is going to take you a lot longer. So if you do have Photoshop or access to Photoshop, this would be much faster to put together. So this is really cool because, and I want to make sure to mention this, because if you maybe have a little bit better design skills than the average person, or if you're willing to learn better design skills than the average person, let's say you're willing to sit on YouTube and watch, an hour tutorial on Photoshop once a week or twice a week and really learn these techniques that maybe everybody else doesn't have the knowledge or time to learn, I guess, you can create designs that really set you apart. And that is really something that Digital Curio has done. But this store in particular is an amazing example of just using good SEO skills, good artistic skills, and putting together something that's a little bit more unique than what you would typically find in a lot of other stores. In fact, it is almost the complete opposite of this next store review, which has insanely popular products but is struggling to make sales. So with a few tweaks, which I go over in the video, they could rake in the same kind of sales as this particular store. So make sure to get those tips by watching that video here.